has been on your TV screens. Now, we have a special edition today, very special, and I'll tell you exactly why right after this. Right, and you're welcome back. So, on the show, as usual, we talk about your relationships. I mean, all the wahala that you go through, and we attempt to proffer some, solutions to you. Of course, the final decision is always at your doorstep for you to make and take. And we hope that by watching the show, you're able to pick up a few lessons and maybe learn from other people's experiences. Perhaps even so, live vicariously through other people. So once again, my name is Jessica. If you have questions for us on the show today, there are various ways that you can get them through to us. You can send it via WhatsApp to 054-998-6996. Perhaps you're going through something peculiar in your relationship that you need a second opinion on. This is the show that gets your opinions heard. Also, you can send a quick email to jessica@cityfmonline.com, or better yet, join our growing family on Facebook. Search for Sister Sister. That's at Sister Sister Live on Facebook, and join our community. You'll be able to send a message to our inbox that reaches us as well. So I said today was a special edition, and I know why I'm saying that. City turned 1 on the 4th of June. Just a couple of days ago. And because of that, I've decided to do a little something with the ladies that we started this whole TV thing with, from the get-go. When there were dry runs before the show ever got on air, I had my colleagues sitting in with me to sort of, just practice and see how Sister Sister would go once we got to TV. And so once again, I've just brought a couple of my colleagues in once again to, have this chat today on the show. So hope you will receive them as much as you receive all our sisters. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce our HR manager. Her name is Jennifer Ananiz, and she's our first sister for the evening, or the day, I should say. Jen, good to see you. What's going on?
So good.
So good.
We've turned 1 so well.
Yeah.
We're excited.
That's good. That's good. The CCTV has come far.
Yeah.
1 year old. There's still a baby, but obviously we've done a lot.
Baby steps. But the heights, we're going to go. The sky is the limit, basically.
Yeah.
It's not even the limit. We're going to cross it.
There you go. There you go. I'll skip Tina for a second and introduce Eugenia Tinkran. Now, she's a broadcast journalist here at City. What's going on, girl?
I'm okay.
First time on Sister Sister.
Being here.
You don't be nervous. You sit behind the scenes and you watch us.
You sit behind and you give the advices and everything. You think it's okay and Charlie being here, but
hopefully you have some solid advice to share.
I think I do.
Because I hear you've been in a lot of relationships. So, Eugenia, I'm hoping you can bring that experience to bear.
We will see.
Sharp. And of course, the veteran herself. Tina is the head of events here at City FM, and most of our fantastic events that we roll out every single, or every other week, really, or month. She's the brains behind it. So, and you already know Tina, guys. You're familiar with her. So if you've always wondered how we're always talking about the same events and laughing about it, that's the true secret. Yeah, Tina, good to see you.
Good to see you, Joe.
City is 1.
Yeah, I'm happy to be part of something this big. Yeah, and so hopefully we're 2 and 3 and 4 and 40 and 50.
Charlie, 40 and 50. Where will we be?
Well.
Anyway, ladies, really good to have you. And thanks for making time. I pulled them away from their desks today to host this particular show. All right, so we'll go right into action with our first message from Kwame. Now, Kwame says, "Hello, Jess. I pursued this lady from university, but she never gave me the opportunity. After uni, I continued the chase, but she just wouldn't give me any chance. Well, I met someone and decided to settle down. I told this lady about my intentions to finally settle, and this time around, she gave me the green light. This is like 11 years of chasing her from school and after. So I double dated 6 months to my marriage, thinking maybe I could leave my wife to be so I could be with my friend that I've always chased. I couldn't let my wife-to-be go, so I married her. Now, I feel very bad for dating this girl who has bounced me for all these years because she was very hurt when I got married. She doesn't want to be friends with me anymore, but I still care about her. Ladies, what do you suggest I do? And that's from Kwame. Eugenia. What are your thoughts on this one?
I think he shouldn't do anything. I want to think that it was deliberate. Going after her after you have had someone who is falling for you. And now telling her that you are ready to settle down. Well, you were not ready to settle down when you were chasing her all these 11 years. But when you were ready to settle down, you found someone else. So why go back to her again? And now, going back to her, dating her, and marrying someone else, I feel that it was a bit sort of a revenge to pay her back for all that she did to you. And she's hurt. She's human. She will feel hurt because probably she wasn't ready. Probably she wasn't seeing you as the kind of man she wanted to date. But after 11 years, she's seen that, oh, probably you have a car now, you have a house now, or you have been a better person now. So she thinks she's falling for you and she wants to marry you. And now you've gone to marry someone else. You've broken her heart. She has every right to feel hurt. And now saying that, what do you want to do? Probably apologize to her. But I don't know if I were to be in her shoe, would I even accept this apology? I don't think I will. Probably with time, I'll grow over it. I'll get over it. But then
it is what it is.
I don't know. It's not your loss per se because you have your wife anyway. Right. But
maybe it's her loss.
Well, she also had 11 years. She had 11 years to say yes. And she didn't say yes for all these years. And now waiting after 11 years to say yes. She had a part to play. She played her part. But then, as for the hurt, you will feel it. But she will get over it. Do nothing, apologize. But I don't know if that apology is even enough to rectify the problem.
Yeah.
But she will get over it.
All right. Jen, let me hear you.
Well, for me, she has no business feeling hurt. This bloke told you he was ready to settle down. What's your business getting involved with him? It's a no-no. The guy chased you for so many years. You were not ready to, give him a chance. Now, in the first place, what was his business even telling that lady he was going to settle down? There's somebody you've been chasing. She's not interested in you. Now, well, let's say you've moved on. You said, oh, I'm going to get married. Congratulations, it's in order. There was no reason why they should have started dating. And now you become a two-timer by dating your wife-to-be and then this lady. You decided, well, after all the 11 years, this lady is not for me. Let me stick with the one, So you move your separate ways and, everything is kosher.
I didn't get the sense, though, that the other girl knew that he was getting married.
I didn't also get that.
Yeah.
You said he told the lady he's been chasing for 11 years.
That he is ready to settle
down.
He
is ready to settle down.
But he didn't say that's another person.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so he's ready. So that
he
means,
went in
so
with
the
deceit.
lady was just looking for marriage,
right.
basically.
Yes.
She wanted to hear those words. I'm ready for, maybe she didn't see him as, somebody who was serious. So the moment he said, I'm ready to settle down, that was the, trigger for her to
accept
whatever, But I don't feel sorry for her, unfortunately,
What should the guy do, though? He's feeling bad.
Feeling bad for what?
Because the girl's hurt.
Well, it takes two to tango. The guy is not for you. Just move on with your life. Maybe find another man who is ready to settle down, and then go for it.
Tina.
Okay, so I feel that basically when people are growing up and they have friends and they're close enough to those friends, I think in your mind you can date. Okay, you can date someone, getting to know the person, not necessarily getting involved with the person, dating the person as in this is my boyfriend. So I think the girl throughout the 11 years saw that this guy, maybe he is he's husband material, but if he's not ready yet, I don't want to give myself to him. So he uses me and probably doesn't take me anywhere.
Right.
But she got interested when he came to her and said, listen, I want to have a relationship with you and I want to settle down. Then she says, okay, there's actually an end in view. There's something for me to grab. Okay, so I'm interested. Unfortunately for her, the guy deceived her and is deceit, because you found someone. How do you go and engage someone as well, like somebody for 11 years? So I don't know what he was looking for. He was hoping that he will fall out of love with a new person.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he didn't.
Either way, someone was going to get hurt.
Someone was going to get hurt, and that was naughty of you to have done that. Now, the thing is, you take actions and you take responsibility for your actions. Now, these are the things that your actions have brought you. The lady doesn't want to engage with you. There's nothing you can do about it. You have apologized. If she doesn't want anything to do with you, respect yourself and stay away. And don't do that to anybody else. Going forward, treat people with respect. Don't treat people as an option. This should be a lesson in life. You've lost a lifetime friend by dating her for 6 months or 6 months to your wedding and choosing another one over her. So it is your loss. And these are some of the bitter lessons in life you need to learn. So
there's a reason why it's called something is called relationships. It's not when somebody comes to tell you, I'm ready to settle down. So that's when the relationship starts. No, I think you court for some time, you do the dating, all those things. Before, when we're comfortable with each other, we think, oh, this thing will work. Let's, think about settling down. It's not when the person says, oh, I'm ready to settle down. That's when you're like, okay, let's go for it. No, it doesn't work.
And unfortunately, that is a hook. Because a lot of the time you see that many ladies will fall when the guy tells them that,
I want to get married.
I will marry you.
Yep.
So you meet someone today and tomorrow he's promising you marriage. And then you will fall head over heels in love. And then six months down the line, you realize that, oh, he was after something else. So I think when someone says, I will marry you, just read beyond the intention or what he's saying. Know what his real intentions are. And I think ladies shouldn't fall for, I want to marry you. Let him prove, give you, well, the guys are also very much
smart like that.
He can go to your
can do
family,
everything.
all the things,
Still no guarantee.
Yeah.
But just get yourself really convinced that he is interested in marrying you and you are also interested in marrying him before you fall for everything. I know it's not easy. Well, it's easier said than done. But then just so we don't go through, or you don't go through. You don't go through this kind of heartaches, just don't fall for I will marry you.
Isn't there something to say for women who play hard to get? 11 years is a long time. I'm curious to know why she finally agreed after 11 years.
Oh, simple.
Because
it's
he
just
asked
that,
for marriage.
I'm ready to settle down.
And maybe
But
she's
for
not
me,
getting somebody to also,
her options are
her options are
minimized.
running out.
Charlie.
You can't for so long, and any guy that comes, you say, oh, I'm not interested, throwing everybody away, not knowing that your cup is running dry. So
she had a list.
29.
Ladies, when we are very young, we tend to have this tall list. He must be this 6 feet, that kind of
hands.
And that bloke did not fall within his category at all.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, everything was out there, and she didn't know what to do. And fortunately for her, or it's like a miracle for her that this bloke just comes around at the right time. When she was like, oh, I don't have anybody coming again. Let me just, And so it was like a trap, But unfortunately, she trapped her own self.
Yeah. So Kwame, I think what to do, I'm not sure what you can do. You've made a choice. And if I were you, I'll stay far away from this other lady that I disappointed. you know, because yeah, like you're saying, you chased her for 11 years. Finally, she gave in, and you married someone else. So coming from her angle, she might even think it's deliberate. You intentionally did that to pay her back, you know. So just let sleeping dogs lie. Enjoy your marriage and stay in that marriage. Don't keep looking back and saying what if. There are no what ifs. You've made a decision. Stick with it. We wish you the best of luck. A message here says, hello, Jessica. There's one lady I met in a Trusky a couple of days ago. Took her number. We started texting. I fell for her, but thought that it was quite early to pour my feelings out. She replies my text instantly, but she never texts to check up on me, and I feel bad about that. What should I do? She even agreed to go on a date with me anytime I'm ready. Does she love me, or she's just friend zoning me? Charlie, Trusky love.
She's probably the type, you know, very traditional. She wants the guy to do the chasing. So she's kind of making it easy. You know, when you're young and you're texting somebody, you think the person might think that you're actually, you know, chasing. So she's kind of being careful. Let the guy do the chasing, you know, till they cross a certain, you know, coziness, or when they are very relaxed with each other, then she knows that, look, we are exclusive and we can do the, you know, back and forth. So I think she's doing a cool thing.
Okay.
I sort of lean towards Jen's submission. What I would say is that a lot of people interchange the word infatuation and love. You know, like you can meet somebody in a Trusky. How many months? Like
a couple of days.
Days. So, yes, as it's true that you can have love at first sight and whatever. I mean, to meet somebody in a church or exchange numbers and texting, it's not love, really. You're just excited about the idea that there could be a possibility of the two of you being together. But the reality of it is that you haven't known each other for that long. And so she is a lady who is keeping herself, trying to take baby steps, you know, not to run ahead of her. Shouldn't be the first person to initiate, you know. Be careful. And I think it's okay. It's okay to do that. I don't think love is up for discussion now. Okay. Just date.
Eugenia.
Well, I think he has no headache. He shouldn't worry about anything. If you want her, go for it. I don't think at this stage he's gone for it. You've not asked her to do anything for you. You've not proposed anything to her. You are texting her and she's replying. That is what I would do. I remember before WhatsApp, I loved text messages. So each morning, if you send me a text message, you will just blow my head away.
Oh, really? I see.
I won't wake up and text you, but I'll be expecting your messages. You know, I love messages because I know that when you during the day, anytime, I can just go back to my phone and reminisce. I can just go through them and, you know, just be laughing in my head and having some good time. She's responding to your text messages. You don't have any problem. Tell her what you want. She says, if you are ready for a date, I'm ready. So tell her what you want. And if she says no, then you know that, well, there is a blockade there. But she's not said no, so what is your problem?
Yeah.
So
I don't think you're shooting yourself in the foot even before you ever took off. I'm also curious to find out how old these two people are. I only say that because I feel like the older you are, the easier it is for you to say what you want and or respond to people who are giving you attention. Because I'm just thinking, you met someone in a Trusky, you like them enough to give them your number, or you are curious enough about them to give them your number. The person texts you, calls you, whatever. You respond all right, but you don't text back. Is it because you're not interested enough? You're not that into me? Or you're just being cautious? There are all these things that we need to sort of consider, you know, but I agree with all you ladies. I think it's early days. Just take a chance. Just do it. What's the worst that'll happen?
She's ready for a date.
Yeah.
So
Let's go on that date.
Go on that date, you know, take her to a nice place. it doesn't have to be so expensive, you know, just some
You live in a
liquid
church.
movies.
You live
I
in
mean-
a church, so you can pick a church back to
Oh,
wherever.
I mean, you know,
cry an expensive
so-
church.
A brown gesture will not be bad.
Yes,
though.
yes, you know, don't break your bank account, but try
But
something.
it's funny how he says, I don't know if she loves me back.
Yes,
It's
she
not
love you.
love. It's not.
You
it's not
relax,
that.
the love will come.
Why did you tell her that she was in, you know, he was in love with her? No, I mean, please.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not love matter yet.
Not yet. All right, so it's Sister special City TV, City FM edition, and I'm sure our listeners on City FM will agree with me. I mean, City TV has done so well in the last year, if we can say so ourselves, and this is a special Sister edition, celebrating 1 year of us being on TV. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return, more of your messages.
For regular news checks as they unfold. 2020 news, all day, all the time. Politics, sports, entertainment, business, and more. 2020 news. We bring you the world in 20 minutes. Go.
Spend 30 minutes every weekday catching up with all the trending social media conversations of the day. If you tweet it, we'll read it. We might just even Skype you. 30 minutes is all it takes, so use the hashtag 30minutes on social media to catch our attention. Join the most interactive social media TV show weekdays at 5 p.m. only on City TV.
Go.
Welcome back to Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. Special anniversary edition, we like to call this one. And your comments are welcome on 054-998-6996. If you have a question for us, you can also send it to the show via the same number, or send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. Better yet, like our Facebook page at Sister Live. That's what you need to search for. Join our growing family. Interact with us on that platform as well. A message from Fem in Birmingham says, good evening, ladies. My issue is my woman is addicted to her phone. Social media, to be precise. She can hold her phone the whole day, even when we're together. Please, what should I do? Because I'm exhausted with this.
Phones on the table. Nobody is supposed to, you know, touch their phones till maybe 20 minutes later or 30 minutes later. Otherwise, we all become antisocials because you're all sitting around the table and everybody is like, you know, checking their WhatsApp, checking their status, all those things. It doesn't augur well for relationships. So maybe you should have a chat and say, look, when we are together, all phones off or all phones aside for maybe 30 minutes. You never know, there could be an emergency. So maybe after 30 minutes, you go check your, you know. So you should have a sort of an arrangement and you all agree to it. And I think, you know, you'll be fine with whatever you decide.
Okay,
You know, I keep wondering what we were doing when social media wasn't here.
true.
I can't quite remember. Is it more chatting,
We're
more
playing Snake.
Snake and ladders.
like I think we are more apart with social media. Like everybody is trying to update themselves with the latest things that is happening, like things that are happening outside, and it's a fact that is affecting a lot of relationships. My thing is, right from the beginning, as you have now brought to light, you're not married. You're dating. And this is a big deal for you. It's a red flag for you. So you take it seriously. So have a conversation with your partner. Let her know how important this is to you. There's something that I personally do in my relationship. We have something we call bonding time, where nobody picks their phone. It's about your day. It's about things that are worrying you, you know. So you can pick times of the day where you know that definitely you won't be affected by work. You won't be affected by any emergency, quote and unquote. Pick times of the day twice, maybe in the morning and then in the evening, because I'm assuming that you work. So both of you work apart. So in the morning, in the evening, you guys should have quality bonding time where you talk about anything, everything about yourselves, about your lives, everything. That doesn't have to do with social media. Even if you like, you can talk about social media between the two of you. And that alone, let her know that it strengthens the bond. But if she comes back and she tells you that I can't do without my phone, I can't do this, then you know that you can't live with this person, because it's a red flag for you. It's something dire to your relationship. So it's important that you have a conversation with her. Let her understand how you feel, and going forward, what you would like to implement in your relationship. And hopefully she'll come around, and then you guys can have a sweet, relationship.
I think a lot of us, or a lot of people, will be guilty of this. I can't do without my mobile phone. I remember some time back, I will delete my Facebook app from my mobile phone, just so I won't be on Facebook all the time. When I have to be on Facebook, I would have to log in, and that'll be a lot of work, so I'll just put the phone down. That was how far I went, just so I won't be addicted to Facebook. So a lot of us will be guilty of this. But then the question is, what does she do on her phone? If she needs her phone for work, then there is very little you can do. Maybe you can do something, but then unless she's just holding her phone and being on social media and updating needless statuses and all that. But then I think what he needs to do is there are two things: talk to her or teach her how to do it. So if you are with her, are you on your phone too, but you spend less time on your phone and she does it more? So why don't you say, well, at this time, we'll put our phone down, or our phones down, and then we just have a talk. I feel that bringing it here means that probably you've been speaking to her and it's not worked. So you would have to do it by example. Both of you should be off your phones. If the relationship is that important to her, whatever you say, and this isn't a big deal. Asking you to spend less time on your phone when you are with me shouldn't be anything that you will say, I won't do it for the sake of the relationship. So if she cares so much about you two, she should listen to you, and it's even good for her, because the less time you spend on your phone, the quality time you spend with people who are close to you. I remember even at home, I'll be in my room, my brother will be in the next room, and I'll send him a WhatsApp message. I say, hey, can you bring me this? And then he will bring, sometimes we even reply via text. And it's not good enough. I know it's not good enough, but I do it. So I'll work on it. It's not good enough. But if it's a relationship and you need to spend quality time together, being on your phone won't help the two of you. So do it by example. Let her understand how it makes you feel. And then if the relationship it means so much to her, she will do something about it. If she doesn't do something about it, is this a basis for letting her go? I don't think so. I think this is something easily that can be worked on. So just talk to her. I think she will come around. She'll get it.
It's affecting marriages. I mean, you find pictures, people in bed, and the husband is on their iPad, the wife is on her phone. It's something. It's a canker.
The kids, yeah.
It's a canker. I mean, sitting at the dining table, family dinner time, and the kids are checking their, WhatsApping their friends, and it's a serious thing. So there must be deliberate efforts to actually say, oh, this time is for the family. This time is for my friends. This time is for my husband. And guess what? He said it's an addiction. it's not going to go away in a day or two. He has to find ways of, getting her or weaning her off this addiction. Meanwhile, if you move on because you think she's addicted to her phones, guess what? The next person will probably be worse. So take it easy, talk about it, and then find solutions too.
Yeah. So, Fem from Birmingham, I hope you've heard my sisters, we individually spend on phone. Just tells us how much 8 hours of your life. How many hours are you awake, phone aside, for the 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours that you guys are together? And if she doesn't attach any importance to it, then it's your decision to make what you really want to do. If it's that big a deal for you, if it's a deal breaker, then certainly move on. But the next person you go to might also have the same problem. So we wish you the best of luck, Fem, and we hope that you can take the right decision on this one. Sammy is up next, and he says he really likes our show and says, there is this problem I'm facing in my relationship. She usually talks to guys on the phone claiming that they're just friends, and also would get annoyed if I answer any of her calls, and also deletes chats after chatting with the guy she claims to be friends with. Can such a girl be trusted? Please help.
Answer your own question.
If you had an answer, you would have messaged the show.
Before asking the question.
Who wants to go
I don't think
first?
such a girl can be trusted.
No?
I don't think so. Because she hides her messages from you. In the first place, I don't know if... I'm not too sure if I am for our phones should be open or our phones should be very private. I'm not too sure where I stand. But if you try to hide everything from your partner, especially when it comes to your phone and your chats and your calls and your messages, then it means there is something that he shouldn't see. There is something that he will see, and it will break the relationship. So no, I don't think you can trust this girl. But what proof do you have that she's doing something, she's cheating on you or doing something she shouldn't do as far as a relationship is concerned? And so you have that concrete proof. I'm not sure you can accuse her of anything, because she can deny everything that you think she's doing or everything you claim she's doing. So if you doubt her, if you don't trust her, try to get your proof. Try to get your evidence so that you can go forward with that. And if you want to end the relationship based on that, you do it. But as of now, I don't think you have that proof or that evidence to go forward with a breakup if you want to.
Okay. Just building from what she just said, I don't think you need evidence to always leave a relationship. Your third sense is as good enough, because sometimes when you keep asking yourself a certain question, it most likely is, or when a thing keeps bugging you, it most likely is the case. So you have realized that the lady is deleting her messages. Maybe you've realized one name or two names that you have been checking. I'm going to come to that, but if you've been checking and you've been seeing that the messages are going, she's always talking on the phone. She probably will get off the phone and then say two sentences to you, and then she's asleep or she's gone. And you guys barely have like a good interaction, but when she's on the phone, she sounds so happy and she's chatting away, and yet it doesn't happen the same way for both of you. Also, what is wrong if she's busy, okay, and you pick her phone? Oh, can I take a message? Or maybe you can leave it, but if you pick it, it shouldn't be World War III. You understand? I mean, you can leave it, but if you pick it, it shouldn't be the end of the world. So if it's creating such tension and controversy, it likely is that there is something to hide. So first thing I would say is that if it really bugs you, talk to her. Let me see your phone all the time. What is that for?
Sneak in and out.
It is not. It doesn't help. You will kill yourself before your time. That's what I think.
Jen.
For me, relationship, right, it's a two-way street. So this is what this girl is doing, deleting messages and whatnot. Just chill. Try and do whatever she's doing. Do it. Do the same thing. Even if you don't get calls from women. When a bloke calls you, just
change
pretend,
their names.
Hey,
Kofi to
Ajua,
Ama, etc., etc.
you know, see how, you know,
Tit for tat.
there are two ways.
Okay.
Yeah, so try that. But then again, the girl is dodgy.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. I mean, are you always on the phone to your male friends? He didn't say like there are males and females, but just male friends. That's right, you know, getting your backup. And then she deletes the messages. Why? In the first place, the question is why? We all get messages, you know. Some being friends being naughty, some being serious. You know, you can get all sort of messages. But when you keep deleting it, thinking that this bloke is going to, or your boyfriend is going to look at your, you know, phone, and then, you know, I have no business picking my husband's phone every time, or my, you know, my boyfriend's phone every time. No, but there are days that his phone runs out. He uses my phone, which, you know, kind of gets me, because sometimes he doesn't tell, oh, this is my wife's phone, and then the people end up calling me, you know. But then again, when my battery runs out, I go for his phone, you know, but not to go through the phone. I was, you know, you say there's a tree, you know. Exactly. But I think this has gone beyond that. The girl is obviously dodgy.
Yeah. I think it's established, dear gentlemen, your girlfriend is dodgy. I would say, though, that you might want to desist from going through her phone, though. Like, I always say this, that if you're in a relationship where you always need to be sneaking around, going through phones when he's sleeping or she's sleeping, Charlie, that's a lot of work. I feel like relationships are hard enough without all that added drama. So if you have to do it and you find yourself doing it, then you need to reconsider the relationship you're in, you know? Like, you need to be with someone that you can go to bed in peace. You understand? You don't have to think too deep or too hard. So, Charlie, my guy, look sharp. Look sharp. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return, more of your messages at Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM.
Welcome to Goodbye on City TV, your favorite commodity show.
For the best prices of all your food stuff across major markets in Ghana, watch Goodbye on City TV, a 30-minute show that will answer all your questions on where to buy what for your home. Goodbye airs every Friday at 10 a.m. only on City TV. For your Saturday afternoon entertainment, for wholesome music, interactive interviews, and live band performances at its best. Watch Saturday Live with Nana Jua Sarkodie and Nana Tufo Boating every Saturday at 2 p.m. only on City TV.
Welcome back to Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. We'll go right into another message here, and this is from Agnes, who's watching all the way in Kumasi. Now says, when I got pregnant with my second child, my husband asked me who was responsible for my pregnancy and I took it as a joke, not knowing he was serious. My daughter is almost 1.5 years old. All my friends say she looks like my sister-in-law, who happens to look like my husband. But her blood group doesn't match mine. He's taking care of the child, but has been having an affair for almost 2 years. He defends this lady he's having an affair with whenever I confront him about it. Ladies, what do you think I should do?
That's a big one. I mean, why would he think that? Did they have a break? You know, there are so many questions. I mean, if your husband, you know, all of a sudden says, hey, this pregnancy, where is it coming from? That's like, wow. Something must have happened. I don't think this question just came out of the blue. Did they take a break? I don't know. I mean,
he probably had a secret vasectomy.
You never know. Yeah, because the question is neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, this is your wife.
He probably knows he's not the father.
But if you're not the father, say it.
It's, I mean, father say, I don't, tell the person, this baby is not mine because of this and this. Because I've had a vasectomy, or because, you know, during the time frame doesn't add up, because at that time we had issues and we were not, you know, together. But if you just say, oh, I mean, you should give us more information. This is not.
What shall I say? I think that for a man to say that, it means that he knows something you don't. Now, I think you should push to know what he knows that you don't know. And also do a self-introspection. Did you pass somewhere? Did you do something that would cause him to say or ask such a question? And if you did, would you come clean to say something like that? You know, sometimes they said somebody can father a baby, but when the father waters the baby, the resemblance can come to the father. Do you understand?
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, you understand. So it could be something. I don't know what exactly. And I think Rosina on this show has said that if you don't have money for a paternity test, the blood group of the child should either be yours or
your partner's.
So if it's the child's blood group is not yours, then it should be the father's. So you should check whether the blood group of the child is the father's. If it is, then you have a strong case. But moving on from that whole issue, that is not a license for him to cheat. That is not a passport to say that he can go and sleep with anybody he wants. It's a marriage. You are still in this marriage. If he hasn't gotten the guts to tell you that, listen, I'm leaving you because A, B, C, D, and he's still in the marriage, he should treat you with respect.
Right.
So, him making excuses for another woman after sleeping with another woman and coming back to you to have the effrontery to tell you that, listen, you leave that woman, it's our business or whatever it is. It's not on. It's not on.
Yeah.
How long can you take this?
It's such a serious accusation.
Yeah. And when a man can blatantly cheat in your face, he doesn't respect you anymore. He doesn't respect you anymore. He's telling you that I'm doing this. Do your worst. What can you do? So if you cannot continue with this, you should take a stand. Start gathering something for yourself. If you are not independent, if you're not self-sufficient, I think you should do something so that, by all means, plan your exit. Plan your exit, because I don't know how long you stay in a relationship like that for. And your accusation is that the child is not his, with no evidence, nothing.
Well, I'm here wondering why he cheated on her, or he is cheating on her. But, well, like you said, probably he wanted to cheat anyway, and he's just using that as a caveat or as an excuse to cheat. It's not your fault that he's cheating, even if the child is not his, and he wanted to cheat anyway. Now, I'm I'm tempted to say that you should prove to him that the child is his. But as the mother, you should know who the father of your child is anyway. So if it is his child...
Not all mothers know, though. Just saying.
Well, I know.
They're confused.
Oh, yeah, especially
They're
the men are
confused
not.
though, sure.
But is he taking care of the child?
Yeah,
As the
that's what she
father?
said, yeah.
They know how to say.
She's
Yeah, they
cheating.
say he's cheating blatantly in his face.
In her face,
In
yeah.
her face. And he's doing so with all the impunity in the world.
Well, according to the Bible, and I think it doesn't really matter if you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, cheating is enough grounds to break marriage. So if you're in a position to let him go, then let him go. Because once he's cheating, it means that if he wants you, he won't cheat on you. So if you don't want him cheating on you, and you are in a position to be on your own, I don't know how many children they have. If
Second.
he still is taking or will take care of the children, then you should just let him go. Because cheating, how? You know, and you don't want to be in that relationship. And you can't get him to stop cheating. If you can do that, then do that. But I don't think a man will cheat because he wants to cheat anyway. So just let him go. I don't have much to say on this. I think you just let him go.
I don't know, but for me, this is such a serious accusation. This is enough for you to help this gentleman to your family, head of family, to say that this is our child, but he's saying he's not the father. What's the way forward? In our culture, you don't just tell a woman, whom you live with, you've had a child, you have a first child, the second one, and out of the blue you say, hey, this is not my child. It's so serious that, and now he's using that to, give her wahala. It's not, they should find ways of, finding out whether he's a father or there was some cheating somewhere or something, and then they move on with their life. If she gets to know that, look, after all, really what he's saying is not, then he decides, okay, based on this, I'm not going to be in the, marriage any longer.
Right.
But still being in the marriage, all the family members, friends and family knows that this is your wife, but you're probably not having anything to do with her because you've got another, woman on the side.
Right.
It's not fair on,
Yeah.
the family and the...
I mean, I must commend this lady for still staying in this marriage, if I can call it that. 2 slaps in your face. First, he questions the paternity of your child. Second, he cheats on you without even trying to hide it. So I know there's some men who will still love you all right, but will still cheat just because they can. The consolation, if we can call it that, even in the warped sense that I'm about to explain, the consolation is that when they cheat on you, they hide it. So if you have a man who is cheating and won't hide it, it means he doesn't even respect you. He doesn't even want what you claim is this marriage that you're in. Trust me on that. So listen to our sisters. Start putting your exit strategy together ASAP. Don't wait. And, get your kids out of there for your sanity's sake, and find someone else or just live alone if you can, But definitely it's a toxic marriage to be in. And, do something about your situation. We'll read this last message here because of time. It's from Abena in Kaswa. It says, I'm 30 years. My guy lives outside Ghana. We love each other, but the issue is he's not sure when he'll return. I'm confused as to whether to end the relationship and move on or wait.
Tina will start.
Tina will start with that one. Yes, good idea.
So I think that when you're dating somebody and the person is not in the country, you see that, and he would suggest, okay, would you move to
USA?
Yeah, let's say US, and I would say no. I feel I have a future in Ghana. So if we're not going to be in Ghana, then I'm not sure the relationship is for me. These are the hard conversations you need to have. And if you need to let them go, you need to let them go, because then they don't have any future here or you don't have any future there. So have that conversation by all means, and don't be here and be rejoicing that you have somebody abroad. Because even when they tell you they'll come, it's suspect. So,
Yeah.
is dicey.
Okay, ladies, you have 1 minute each.
But you know how this thing usually ends. So you say, I want to move on. And then the next moment, the guy is down.
Is in Ghana.
Or the guy will say, oh, I want you to come. Like, I'm ready for us to get married. So just have a talk. Talk to him. Know where the relationship is going. If you think that his plans are not favorable to you, just move on. But she's 30. Probably she's wondering, Damena, no worry. You know, I'm getting old. But then if you don't want it, or you think that the plans don't favor you, then just move on.
Yeah.
For me, it's just simple. Have a chat. When are you coming down? Or when am I joining you? Because, I mean, to be in a relationship, you have to be together. I mean, after you got married and then maybe you go your separate ways and then maybe you know that in 3 months' time, the person is coming down. In 6 months' time, I'm joining. There are marriages like that, that people live in different parts of the world, but they have plans of, you know, seeing each other for, you know, maybe 3 months, 6 months. If there's nothing like that, then you don't have any business being together. Move on. It will be a waste of time.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people who've experienced long distance relationships will tell you this. They're hard. They're really hard. It takes a whole different level of commitment to successfully stay in one. And I feel like the longer you stay apart, the less likely that you end up together. So, my dear lady, think through this. Have that chat, by all means. Don't gloss over. Ask the hard questions. You know, don't gloss over anything, and try and get some proper responses from this gentleman. If they do not favor you, like my sisters are saying, find someone else. Find someone else. Thank you very much for listening and watching Sister anniversary edition. City TV, that is, turned 1 year old on the 4th of June, and we're really excited. Today I decided to host the show with my colleagues here at City. I've had Jennifer Ananinsaya, or Nsia, as we always tease her that it's Nsaya. She's our HR manager. We have, of course, Tina, everybody knows her, head of events here at City, and Eugenia Tinkran, who is a broadcast journalist. So we'll be back with another exciting edition of Sister. Thank you very much for watching and for staying tuned on City FM. My name is Jessica. Bye-bye.